Welcome to Trading Lounge and the daily US stocks for Monday, June the 20th. So, want to say two things is that we are looking at a bigger bearish picture, so we're going to be tracking that. I'm not going to be looking at it in these videos, but we're looking for a much bigger bearish picture, but at the same time, we're also going to be looking for a low as well. So I'm trying to line the markets up, and there's still more tweaking to do. You can pick holes in what I'm about to show you through the videos. However, I think it's not to believe that there is a low coming, but if there is one, we need to be aware of it. We need to identify it, and we need to be able to sort of start, building a case on that particular low. So I'm thinking that we have this current rally that I talked about on Friday beginning. In some cases, some of the stocks are pushed up nicely and some are still sort of waking up and lifting off, and the NASDAQ and the S&P were lagging a little bit in that lift, but the stocks are lifting okay. So we're still on that rally to the upside. But then once they have that rally, I want to look for one more downside. So we want to have a look for another 5 waves down, and when we get to this 5 waves here, then we'll need to observe it. I think that we can have a low in at that point. Okay, so we would need to build a case for that, of course. And different markets, we can use different price points. With the NASDAQ here, the 11,500 is a medium level. It's just halfway between two major levels. Unusual sort of number, but it really plays a nice part in, well, you can see it over here anyway, where it landed. If we get a classic trading levels pattern back on, if we call that the 11,500 here, if we get this pattern here, well, then we'll call, well, I don't know about calling a low in, we'll just continue to build a case, and we can be long at these points, and we'll just manage our risk and move forward on that, Of course, the market could rally higher and then roll over and do all sorts of things, so we need to continue to build a case. So, while we're in a bear market, we have to prepare for a bull market. So that's what I'm doing. And like I mentioned, across the board, we're just going to be looking for a rally and then another 5 waves down, and then we're going to have a look at that. Now, anything below that, of course, it opens up another can of worms, and we'll need to move further to the downside. So it's just something that I need to work through. That's all. So not a biggie, but so based on that, just looking at the S&P 500 for a moment, right? The S&P 500 from the top here, looking it down as 1 and 2, and 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 here for a third wave, a fourth wave back to the fourth wave, and then 5 waves down to bring in that low there. So, it's not going to hurt us, not going to do any damage and all the rest of it. So look, there's as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, the S&P and the NASDAQ has taken a while to lift off the bottom. A lot of the stocks have lifted off the lows and are moving along quite nicely, but we're lagging a little here for this. But the main takeaway is we can expect the market to continue higher into a correction, and it being a wave 4, it can come back to the wave 4 of one as a degree. And then we'll be tracking 5 waves to the downside. So that's sort of it really. And also, it might sound a little bit weird, and Bitcoin's a bit like broccoli. You either hate it or you love it. With the same thing here again with Bitcoin. So from wave 4 here down for 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5 for the third wave, the fourth wave, and then the fifth wave here. Now, it is possible that we could put wave 4, because we've had a lot of trouble with this, putting wave 4 over here for that. But I don't think it's the case, because when I look at things like the S&P 500, you can see that it's traveled through here as well, done much the same thing. So Bitcoin is moving with tech stocks, and that's why I'm sort of just showing it a little bit here, you know. So we're looking for a rally in Bitcoin and then another move down. It is possible to have a low in here, but if I line this up with the S&P, then it's probably not the case. But either way, we need to still continue to build a case for for this, and also tech stocks as well. So the tech stocks, I'm trying to bring them into this particular count. I still need to do a lot of work on some of them, but we need to sort of make a start. Now, Apple's a bit of a tricky one in what we've just looked at then, but still looking for I haven't really changed this at all. We'll still look for this move coming down here. So this one will kind of fit in there. We've got wave 4 here, and we're going for wave 5. So yeah, anyway, we're looking for that. So tomorrow, you've got holidays in the US Monday, so when all this cranks back up, not today, we'll look for short trades for these. I mean, obviously at this point you can short under these levels here, and you could probably bring that up to the next level. And we need to find a way to get a better position over here for these stocks. But anyway, we'll work on that. Can't do it tomorrow because there'll be no movement tonight in the market. But so that's that, and the rest of them will be pretty much the same. So Nvidia here, we're looking for an A and a B and a C going to the upside. Of course, we can look to, this one's moved up more, nicely, so to speak. We can short under here, of course. We could probably bring it back to here. Don't have 5 waves here. This is in 3 waves, so we may get an A and a B and a C wave coming down here to clip that out. So I better move that for the time being. But I think we should just push straight up from there. But like I said, we can look at it, in due course for these. So the next one is Amazon, and once again here I won't go to the intraday, but we're just looking for the same thing as Apple, so that other move down here in that space. And Meta platforms. So anyway, looking for wave 2 up here, so no real change in all of this. So we can have a look for short trades shortly. I don't want to put it, normally I just put it under here, but I'm not quite sure if that B wave's finished just yet, so it's really at this point. Obviously we can get it over here, once that pushes up there and comes back and all that sort of stuff. But anyway, we'll look for those setups in due course. But just to let you know that we're still in that rally, and so we can say really the same with Tesla as well, from wave 4 down to wave 5 here. Still looking for more downside. Now, when these markets sort of finish off a little bit down here, the wave 4 might be really small, or things might not finish off the way that we expect them to, but we just got to work through them, that's all. So with Alphabet here as well, we're still looking for another little push up back to this wave 4, but it's probably a little bit high at this stage. But you never know. Sometimes it just this particular stock will sort of do nothing for a while, and then it'll sort of shoot off really quickly and stop again. It's kind of it'll scurry along when it needs to. But anyway, we're still coming down here. We're looking for these lows here. Now, I don't know if these are going to be the lows, because there's a lot of negative sentiment out there, but that's the sort of point, really, isn't it? When all that, when the pendulum swings too far one way and all that negative sentiment, and it's the end of the world and everything, well, isn't that the time to buy? You know, so anyway, we'll see how it plays out, because once this leg is finished here with all of these stocks, you know, anything below that, well, then we can have a look at the bigger picture and you know, go more bearish, or at least have another look at another leg to the downside. So yeah, look, in the meantime, you know, we'll look at these rallies to come into play, and then we can look to short this. So this will probably be, it could be, there's probably all one here, I guess, and two, then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for the third wave, and then a fourth wave, and then a fifth wave up here for that. So we can look, once it's up here, we can look for a classic trading levels pattern over here to short this to the downside. But once again, here in this move here, we're just really looking for an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave to finish off a WXY in this case. So yeah, I'll just keep, and as I mentioned before, we just need to keep continuing to pull them together. And I've changed the Berkshire Hathaway count as well, but to fit it in with what I'm doing. So but anyway, we're looking for a fourth and a fifth, and that will finish it off down here for that. So we're not getting much of a rally out of this fella. Unless that's part of that. No, that's okay, that should be right. Yeah, it's just not, like I said, some of them are lifting and some of them are not, you know, so we'll just give them a bit of a bit of space to do what they need to do, and then we'll pick them up. Square, so yeah, once again, we need that rally to the upside, and then we need one more move to the downside. Hopefully, you know, depending on where these stocks are when they do come down here, if we've got a nice number to work with, like 50 in this case, 5 being the second strongest number, then we can look for a classic trading levels pattern sitting on here, and then we can just build in very carefully to the upside until we kind of keep building, until we kind of, you know, have a bit, as our confidence develops, we can move in with that. So I don't really want to get involved in this fourth wave rally to go long or anything like that. So, and then after the next session, a lot of these structures will be in better shape to say, oh, that's definitely the A wave here now for that one, and we still need the B, and then we'll get the C, or something vice versa. So we just need, you know, let them mature a little bit. I find that's better with corrections. You don't have to figure them out straight away, because a lot of the time when they're wave fours, you get them wrong anyway. So, okay, the finance sector. So once again, here we're looking for a rally, and then one more leg to the downside. And then I know it's a long way to come back up here on the 30, but getting back on the 30 as support here would really, you know, help cement that low in here. And if we've got a nice structure to get there, we could get, as you know, in banks, we could get, you know, a couple of, you know, part positions in here somewhere close to the low and up here and so on, and then build a case here, and then build in strongly over here, if, you know, if indeed that is the case, you know. And I could easily be wrong, and you know, we need to, like I said, we just have to build a case, and it may not be true, or may be true, I don't know, but yeah, we'll see. But anyway, we're looking for this little rally in here and then down again. So let's just have a look at that. Same with Bank of America here. So we're looking for 3, 4, 5. So I'll just go into 10 ticks here. And all we're really looking for is, we've got a much nicer structure here. The banks have lifted off nicely, you know. So we're looking for basically 4 and 5, and then we can wash our hands with this, you know. But once again, we need to build on, you know, we need to get a classic trading levels pattern sitting here. We'll try to get, you know, it takes a while for this to establish itself across here. We can go long here, or along on the B wave and here, and we can, you know, we'll try to get if we see 5 waves here, we'll try to get a part position here, and maybe another one further up, a little classic trading levels pattern sitting on 29 or something like that, and then building in over here, and then each one of these we can build in as well, and that way we can manage our risk better as well, our exposure, so to speak. So yeah, look, I think this is the general gist of the whole market, really. And you know, I don't know if this is the low, so don't go start throwing stuff at me. But once we do get down here in 5 waves, it's going to be, interesting little exercise to see if it is. And I don't know. We just got to work through it. We'll see. We'll see. But we'll be open-minded for everything else as well, as we need to be. It's and the same with JP here as well. A little bit lazy on its A wave lifting off, so it's not getting, you know, probably it's not going to go all the way back up there. We never know. It could do, you know, could wake up or something. But yeah, so, you know, I'm thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the A wave, a B wave, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But, you know, the thing is that all could just end up being the A wave here, and then we have a B wave here and a C wave here, and the whole thing takes longer than expected as well, you know. So wave 4's a tricky little suckers, so let's just see how they play out. Yeah, so I don't know. I'll just put this wave A up there just to remind me that I've thought about that. So that's it, really. Yeah, so just to recap a little bit, and the S&P sitting here, so I can use that. All we're really looking for is some type of correction to come back to the previous highs. In some cases, stocks there's gaps here, so to fill those gaps would be well, one, you know, a target area, and there'll be leaders and followers. And then all we're looking for is 5 more waves down to look at this, you know, to finish off at that point, and then we just observe it at that point, you know, to see if we can build a case to the upside at that point. And if not, we'll be prepared for the downside as well. But yeah, anyway, so that's the story of the day. So I'll leave it all at that. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.